Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today, I'm not sure if you've noticed this or not, but there is a new god gun in Battlefield 2042, and spoiler alert, it is not the RM68, as many of you have been led to believe. And as you can probably tell by now by the footage in the background, it is actually, very surprisingly, the ACWR, and I'm going to explain why this weapon is probably the best in the game at the moment in just a second. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy the content here on the channel. Go and join the Discord if you want to chit chat to me there. Follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. Thank you guys as always for your ongoing support. So I would go so far as to say that this information isn't really that much out in the public domain yet. I have seen some people using this weapon, but the vast majority of players still haven't realized how good this gun is yet, and they're kind of sleeping on it. And I just want to tell you guys that you don't want to do that, because this thing is an absolute beast. I saw people talking about this weapon yesterday. I just had to pick it up myself and give it a try, and lo and behold, it actually turns out to be what I think is currently the best weapon in the game. So as we all know, the Vault weapons in 2042 underwent a lot of changes. They've had all of these new attachments come in, and that is definitely part of the reason that weapon is better, but that's not what sets it apart. They've got the new skins and everything, but then DICE basically told us that they rebalanced all of the Vault weapons on top of that, but there were no details in the patch notes sort of going over all of those small changes. But as you can tell now, they've definitely made some massive changes to the ACWR. It absolutely beams people across the map. It doesn't really seem to be affected all that much by the added dispersion to the assault rifles, so if it isn't the best weapon in the game, it probably almost certainly is the best assault rifle right now. And I think the reason for that is also that it has these low initial recoil multipliers. If you watched the video yesterday, we were talking about these initial recoil multipliers that are applied to the first shots you fire from your weapon, and that means that bursting certain weapons, depending on if it has those initial recoil multipliers and how high those multipliers are or not, can make a weapon feel either very bad to burst or pretty good. And in the case of the ACWR, it actually feels very, very nice to me when I burst it. It is just absolutely a laser beam, and the damage is crazy. So this is what they've done to the damage model. The way that the Vault weapons used to work is, I believe all of the assault rifles used to be a 5-hit kill up to like a good 60-70 meters, but they've actually changed the ACWR to make it a 4-hit kill up to 30 meters, and I think that is pretty much the same damage model that they've had on the RM68, and that's one of the reasons why that weapon was so good as well. And the strategy that they took for actually balancing the Vault weapons pre-Season 5 was to give them a lot of inaccuracy. They just had more dispersion, they were harder to aim with, they had more recoil, and that's why most players picked them up and put them down right away. The ACWR was probably one of the worst weapons in the game. I picked it up once, I tried it out once, it was absolutely terrible, terrible time to kill, tons of recoil, felt nothing like the ACWR that we all knew and loved from past Battlefield games, so I just, put it on the shelf and didn't touch it again. And I think that's why DICE have given it so much love here. They knew it was one of the worst weapons, and they've maybe overcompensated just slightly for that. And needless to say, the new map Reclaimed is the smallest map in the game, so that means engagement distances are going to be a little bit lower, and that makes this weapon shine even more. It also has pretty much the exact same rate of fire as the RM68, 720, which I believe that's the rate of fire on the RM68 if you use the short barrel and the close quarter rounds, which is pretty much the meta build at the moment. So I really recommend giving this gun a go, guys, if you haven't already. As for attachments, of course, you're going to want to use the new extended magazine. Honestly, the rest of them don't matter all that much. There isn't a lot of recoil to this weapon. It is incredibly accurate, so when it comes to the barrel, you don't really need the Warhawk compensator. You can use a suppressor like I have done for much of this video, and whilst you will lose some velocity, it does help you keep hidden, which is a godsend on this map, which has, smaller engagement distances. And then you pretty much want to stick a laser on the bottom there. Again, you don't really need a laser because this gun also has really, really nice hip fire, but you've really got no other choice there, so you may as well. Now, if you're thinking maybe this doesn't only go for the ACWR and all of the Vault weapons are really good, I also thought the same thing. So after trying this weapon out, I hopped into the test range, or, No Name's aiming trainer, because DICE didn't want to give us a test range for whatever reason. So I hopped into there and I tried out all of the other vault weapons. And there is one other gem that shines through, and that is the MTAR. The MTAR is now a 4-bullet kill, but only up to 50 meters. So for that reason, I have to say that I think I prefer the ACWR because of the better engagement distances. However, the MTAR does have 900 rate of fire, so, you know, within a 15-meter distance, 900 rate of fire and a 4-bullet kill is quite bananas, really. I don't think you're going to manage to top that. It definitely has a little bit more spread and a little bit more recoil than the ACWR, but, you know, if you like to run and gun and hip fire people, maybe you want to go and take a look at the MTAR as well. However, with the rest of the weapons like the M16A3, the M416, those guns feel like they do have initial recoil multipliers, and they just don't feel as good to burst as the ACWR does. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad. They've definitely seen some improvements, especially with the new attachments since Season 5 came in, but they are just, for some reason, not quite on the level of the ACWR. Anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful in some way. Let me know down below how you get on with the weapon, or if you've already been using it. And of course, if you have any other recommendations for weapons, leave them below too, because the meta has been changed up quite dramatically here with all the new vault weapons and these dispersion changes. So it's going to be interesting to see how things progress. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more Battlefield content as always, and thanks for spending your time with me today. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Target is down! Enemy vehicle neutralized! Enemy...
Enemies attempting to seize Alpha 1.
Target down!
Allied forces have taken Sector Bravo.
Hostile troop movement. 70 meters from my position.
Majority...
Open vehicle. Good. Enemy fire team. East.
sectors than them will be defeated here.